When people ask what horses do once they finish racing, the answer is quite a range of things. We've come to see one today who was a real star for us in the UAE. He was owned and raced by Godolphin. He actually started his career with a couple of victories over in America before winning twice at Nadal Sheba. He was then placed in 2 editions of the Jebel Hatta, won at Meydan a couple of times, and ended his career in the Strensel Stakes at York, again with a victory. In case you haven't guessed who he is, his name is City Style.
City Style, but ridden out is too good, and City Style wins.
And City Style coming down the outside with final drive.
It's going to be tight, but City Style may just have held him.
City Style's career on the track was an impressively long one. Originally based in the States with Cheryl Asmussen, the son of City Zip was twice a winner there, before moving to Dubai and Saeed bin Saror in time for the 2009 Carnival. He made an immediate impact, registering 2 smooth wins on turf at Nadal Sheba, including in the inaugural Meydan Classic.
City Style begins to draw away in the Meydan Classic, and City Style will be too good.
When Dubai Racing moved to Meydan, so did City Style, who claimed wins there on both turf and tapeta in 2011 and 2012. His love for Dubai culminating in an excellent second behind Master of Hounds in the 2010 Jebel Hatta. By now trained by Charlie Appleby, City Style's career swan song came back in the UK. His only success there coming in the Group 3 Strensel Stakes at York.
Will Dan Ogana get there? It's going to be tight, but City Style may just have held him.
After that career high, Godolphin decided enough was enough for their star, who had racked up 8 career wins from 26 starts and more than $1 million in prize money. Wind the clock forward 2 years, and City Style now lives in the lap of luxury at a livery stables just outside of Newmarket with his new owner, Godolphin secretary Hannah Pollard. How did you come by him? When did it all start for you?
I used to see him in the trotting room from my office in Dubai, and I just noticed him. He was a good moving horse, good looking horse, and I just always used to say to Charlie, "Oh, who's that handsome chestnut out there?" And he said, "Oh, it's City Style." So it kind of just became a bit of a love story from there, to be honest. And obviously he was so good in Dubai, I just followed him from there onwards.
It's a bit of a dream then that now you get to own him.
Yeah, it was great. He ran so well in Dubai, and then obviously when he won the Strensel Stakes at York before he retired, I was absolutely delighted for him, and I think they might have possibly retired him because I kept begging them to, so I could have him.
And then from there he went to Darley's Rehoming Centre, is that right?
Yeah, he went back to Badlingham, who turned him out for 6 months. It gave him time to let down and put on some weight and chill out. They did a fantastic job with him because he really looked a picture when he came to me. And then he went back into some light work, and they did a bit of everything with him, trot walk, trot canter, started him jumping, and then I kept asking Kate and Joe how he was going and went to have a sit on him and try, and just, yeah, knew it was right then.
And you've had him about a year. What sort of things have you been doing with him?
He's done a little bit of introduction to everything, so he's done a couple of little walk and trot dressage tests. He has come home with a red ribbon. He's done some show jumping, clear round. He's been cross-country schooling. Yeah, so he's done a bit of everything. He's actually ready to start going out and properly competing now, so see if he can get his rosettes out and about now.
And obviously the first few years of his life was pretty much spent going at speed in a straight line, so you must have had to do quite a lot of retraining and I suppose teaching him to jump.
Yeah, he actually jumps really naturally, which is fantastic. But in terms of his schooling, they don't actually know often how to go in a proper straight line. So, and a lot of it is trying to get them to work long and low and work over their back. So, yeah, a lot of basic schooling and lots of serpentines, loops, circles, just to getting them to connect long and low with that bit and work through from behind, because they do so much work on the forehand when they're in racing. And yet he loves his jumping. Sometimes I have to remember that it's actually me in charge, not him, because I think he thinks he knows best.
And what's the end game with him? Because you've started a few competitions. Is it to do sort of 1-day events, 3-day events? Where do you want to go?
Well, 3-day eventing would be my dream, I think, but out of my reach. But yeah, just low-key 1-day events, bit of show jumping, some dressage. I just, to be honest, want him to enjoy the rest of his life. You know, his retirement's really important to me. As long as he's having fun and I'm having fun, that's all I want it to be about. But yeah, I'd love to do some 1-day events with him eventually.
And what would you say to someone who's thinking of taking on an ex-racehorse? Because You make it look easy, but actually they are a challenge, aren't they? Because you do have to sort of change their mindset, and you need to be a pretty experienced rider.
Yeah, people like battling them are fantastic because you can tell them what you're looking for, your levels and experience, and they will match you up with the right horse. And I think that's key to it, to being honest about your skills as well. But honestly, I wouldn't choose anything other than an ex-racer. I think you can have so much fun with them. They're game. They love to have a different experience in their life. And yeah, he's my third one now, so I wouldn't do anything other than thoroughbreds.